Hello everyone! In this video we're going to take a look at Milani's newest eyeshadow palette called the Gilded Terra Eyeshadow Palette. It retails for $19.99, but there is a place you can purchase it for less, for just $14.99. I will make sure to put that availability and link in the description box below to where you can find it for a better price. So in this video I will swatch all the shades for you, give you realistic views of how they go on the skin and what the colors are like. Make sure you go follow on Instagram, because on there I always give you some sneak peeks and kind of up close videos of these products and photos of them. And of course, thank you so much for being a subscriber to this channel. If you have not seen the swatch video for Kaleidos's new Club Nebula palette, oh my goodness, go check that video out. That is a drop dead gorgeous eyeshadow palette. I will link that video in the upper right hand corner for you to see if you haven't already. And if you were already a follower on Instagram, you would have seen on my stories me showing you this whole box of goodies that Milani was so generous to send. Thank you so much. And of course they are providing the palette courtesy for me to show you. But stay tuned for February's mid-month giveaway / PR unboxing new beauty video. I do those kinds of videos every single month on this channel for my viewers and subscribers. And you know that I'm going to be giving a ton of this stuff away to you guys, you gals. Of course I'm going to be testing some of this out, especially these new Milani blushes. I will test these out and try to show you what they look like on the cheeks. But a lot of this other stuff, like these masks and skincare, of course I'll check some of this out for myself too to try to give you reviews, but a lot of them I'm going to include in the giveaway. So make sure you check out that video when it goes up in about a week or so. And if you want to know what nail polish I'm wearing, it's this black, but it has this like metallic silver running through it. I love the shade. I will link that in the description box for you. Here's Milani's description. Earthly shades for otherworldly looks. Hyperpigmented earth tones in soft mattes and rich shimmers. Gilded Terra features 6 mattes, 8 shimmers, and 1 metallic. And as you can see, there are a total of 15 shades. The product is not tested on animals. It's 100% cruelty-free. So here's a close-up look at the design on the front. The name of the company is Raised, embossed. And for the price that you pay, you're going to get 0.32 ounces or 9 grams of total product. It is made of sturdy, kind of heavier cardboard. It is a magnetized closed lid. And here's the back of it. I guess you do get the ingredients for each individual shade name, but when you open up the palette, you'll also get the shade names under each pan, which is nice, and you do get a fairly large mirror in the lid. So as I always do, I will swatch these with an eyeshadow brush by row, left to right. I do apply a layer of eyeshadow primer before I do the brush swatches and a thin layer of translucent powder, because that is how I prep my eyelids before I apply eyeshadows onto them. So I feel like that will give you the most accurate view of how the color will turn out when you actually apply them to the lids. Starting with the shade Unplugged. This appears to be a matte cream shade. Shade 2 is Weekender. Very pretty shade. It's like a goldeny kind of burnt metallic tangerine. Beautiful. Shade 3 is Slow Burn. And this is a matte, again, kind of very warm toned burnt tangerine shade. I don't know, maybe it's not completely matte. It seems like it has a very subtle sheen on it. Shade 4, Take a Hike. This is a metallic, again, very warm toned orangey brown. It's kind of like a deeper copper shade, I would say. Shade 5, Road to Nowhere. Got another warm toned, creamy matte shade. It's just a little more reddy brown than this previous shade over here. So you can see how this top row would be a pretty cohesive eye look together. Starting in the second row with Bloom. And this is a matte rose pink. Shade 7 is No Filter. And this is a deeper kind of purpley pink shade. Again, I think they're classifying this as matte, but there's some sort of quality to the matte shades where it seems like there's this slight sheen to them. This shade is not going on quite as smoothly as the other ones. Shade 7, Sage Advice. This is a very metallic duochromed shade. You've got that kind of deeper, brighter green against a, I don't even know, maybe like a charcoaly, almost charcoaly backdrop. Some golden shimmer in there, very pretty. What number did I say this shade was? I don't know, but it's supposed to be 8. Now we're moving on to shade number 9, Spruce Up. And this is a shimmering, warm brown, golden brown. Shade number 10 is Glamping. And this is a metallic, warmer toned gold. This one has flakier bits in it. So you can see that, maybe you can see on the camera, there's a lot more flyaways and fallout on this. Probably best to apply this with a damp brush or pat it on with your fingers. Starting in row 3, shade 11 is Enjoy the View. This is a very frosted, silvery, super pale pink. Shade 12, Good to Grow. And this is a lower level of sheen on here. It's not a matte shade. This is kind of a medium royal purple. Shade 13, Like a Moss. It's a medium metallic forest green shade. Just so you know, when I do swatches near the wrist here, because of the ligaments in here, they tend to get bumpy. Shade 14, Branch Out. Ooh, this is a very deep brown matte shade. It looked more warm toned in the pan. I think it still is technically warm toned. Wow, this is really rich in pigment. And shade 15 is Beleaf, spelled B-E-L-E-A-F. Another matte shade is deep hunter green. Beautiful. These last two shades are super pigmented and more opaque. All right, there are your 15 shades from Milani's Gilded Terra palette. Very clearly an earth-toned and themed eyeshadow palette. Nice balance of mattes and metallics. I guess technically speaking, the mattes could be a little more smooth, but practically speaking on the lids, I think these will perform very nicely. See how that middle shade on the screen is much more flaky than the other metallic shades in the palette. Let's experiment. Go ahead and do a finger swatch of Glamping, that more flaky shade. See if that applique. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Wow, incredible looking. Look at how beautiful that is. All right, so there you have Milani's new Gilded Terra eyeshadow palette. I think there are beautiful colors in here. You can get a lot of different kinds of varieties of looks. I think the palette is versatile enough that you could do a more neutrals look, but then also you could do a more unconventional colors type of look in one palette. And for $15 to $20 for 15 shades, I think that's a very, very good deal. So let me know in the comment section below if you've used this or if you've been eyeing it, what thoughts you have, any comments you have. If you have a favorite shade from the 15 that we swatched, let me know what it is. I think mine's gonna have to be the glamping one, even though I didn't really like how it applied with a dry brush. Ooh, it looked so gorgeous with a finger swatch. And I also liked the Sage Advice one, that kind of duochrome shade too. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up if you have a couple of seconds. I'd really appreciate it. As always, I also really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch these videos. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.